Hello, my name is Ugochukwu Ukwebu. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to configure and host a static website on Amazon Simple Storage Service. I think every developer or professional should have a domain name and website. They are the foundation of your personal brand and your method to communicate with potential employers. You can use your personal website to showcase your skills and portfolio of projects you have worked on. Amazon Simple Storage Service, Amazon S3, offers you a quick, easy, and inexpensive way to host your static website. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create an Amazon S3 bucket and configure it to serve your website files, how to upload and set permissions on the static files for your website, how to configure CloudFront to distribute your website, and how to access and test your website. Prerequisite to follow along with this tutorial is that you have an AWS account. So let me begin my presentation. So step one is that you log into your S3 account. I've done into, this is my cloud console. And the service we need is an S3 bucket. So the quick way to do that is to this search, it's here, but in case it's not here for you, you go to search for S3, click the service. And then when it comes on, what we want to do is create a bucket. So I click create a bucket. I name the bucket my computer shop-com. I will leave that default setting. Let's see. Okay, this is okay. And I'm going to uncheck this block all public access files because we're serving a website. So we want all the files to be publicly viewable. So that's why I uncheck that. And of course, it's going to give me a warning. I acknowledge that the current settings might result in the bucket and the object within becoming public. Yeah, it's deliberate, right? So, well, I think every other thing is okay. I can just accept the default settings and then click create bucket. So while that bucket is creating, okay, it's actually created. So we click into the bucket to see what it's like, right? But first of all, this is our bucket. The first thing we want to do is we want to get the files that we're going to host in the bucket. So I already have pre-made files for a static website here. It's on my GitHub repo. It's publicly available. So I just go there. This is what the code is. It's a simple static website for a computer shop. It's a demo website for a retail shop. In this case, a computer shop. It was built using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This code can be downloaded by anyone cutting their teeth in web design. Feel free to modify it and make it your own. A functioning version of this demo website can be found in that URL there, right? So, but what really interests us is a static website, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and it's fine for S3 bucket. So I click on this code, I download the file as a zip file. So it's a small file. So when it's downloaded, I can just go there, open it, download files. I can just cut it and take it to my desktop. And let me paste it there. Okay, let me paste it somewhere there, somewhere else. Okay, let me paste it there. This is it. So I can unzip it, extract everything there. Let me come, let's call it master. Right, so let's go ahead and extract everything. So we have that there. Those are the files of our static website. So it's on a desktop computer, shop3 master computer main. So let's leave that and go back to Cloud Console. We have our files down. So we come back here. So let's upload the files here. So I click upload. Let's add a file. It's in desktop. This is it. This is it. So let's take that file. I think we can do two files at the same time. So let's take those two. It's an error page, an index page. Okay, then let's also upload a folder. That's images folder. And that's pretty much, yeah, upload, yeah. That's pretty much what we need for, so those are the static files of our website. So let's upload. All right, so all our files have uploaded successfully, and we can see them there, right? So basically they're in our computer shop. So we can click back there to go to those are the files. Those are the files, error page, index page, and then this images folder where we have our images for our website. So the first thing the next thing we want to do now is to secure our bucket. So we go to permissions, we scroll down to where we have bucket policy. So I have a bucket policy already. So I just copy this. Copy, come back here, edit. Okay. And then paste that. Paste as plain text. So those are the buckets. And of course I have to, here I have to change this to the name of the bucket. So I think let me just copy this here and copied and just place it there. All right. Okay, so that's our bucket policy. So basically what that policy is to allow, the main action that that bucket allows is get object. So it gives permission for these objects in these buckets, which would be our website files, to be viewable over the internet. So I have that. So I click save changes. Okay, so I've edited, added my bucket policy. So the next thing, I go to properties. I scroll down to the bottom. Okay, so this is where I need to allow this website to be hosted as a, or this bucket to serve as a static website hosting service. So I click edit and I say enable static website hosting. Yes, host the website. Okay, yeah, so if you noticed, we had that index page and that error page, right? So index page, error page. The index page is the default page that is visited when a user goes to your website. And then the error page is what shows if someone tries to visit a page that is not on your website. So index.html and then error.html. Let's be sure. we name them correctly. Yes. So with those two names named fine, that's okay. Then we click Save Changes. So after saving changes, we'll still scroll down to the bottom. This time around, we have a URL there. So let's copy it and paste it on the browser. And voila, we have a static website hosted on AWS. But of course, this is not the end of it. This is one, but this is not a public. This is available. It's viewable, but this is not a friendly URL. We can still do better than that, right? So the next thing we do is we need a service that can help distribute our website. So this on its own, yeah, it looks like it's sufficient, but it's not yet. It's not fully sufficient. This people can see this, but it's not very sufficient. There is a service that AWS has, CloudFront, which can help serve our website in a very standard manner. So we pick that CloudFront up. So we say we want to create a new distribution. Okay, so we're to choose an origin, the main name. I think we already copied that URL there. So let's save it there. But it's without the prefix HTTP, right? Yeah, so that's what we want. So what else? Yeah, enable origin shield. No. Okay, so basically HTTP and HTTPS, yes. Everything else is okay. Yeah, the other default settings are fine. So we pretty much click description is optional. You can put, okay, I'm hosting starterbots. Let's go ahead and create a distribution. Okay, so enable security. Do not enable, please choose a security option. Keep your application secure from the most common web threats. Okay, let's put that. All right, okay. So this is an extra security feature from AWS. So, well, we can choose to set it. Ooh, okay, $14 for 10 million requests per month. That's reasonable, right? So let's go ahead and create distribution. That's reasonable protection for our website, right? If you're going to get 10 million requests per month, $14. But if you're going to get 10 million requests, it's worth paying for, isn't it? All right. So okay, right now it's still deploying. We need to wait for that to deploy completely. So it's going to probably sometimes it takes up to 5 to 10 minutes, right? So while we're waiting for that, all the steps I've followed in this tutorial, and there's an accompanying blog, right? So the link is, I'm going to provide a link below, and you can go and find all the steps I followed here, step by step, to practice this tutorial and do it along with the video. Double sure and it's fine, right? Also, previously, there's an equivalent version of this demonstration that I've done on Google Cloud Store. That's Google's version of S3 buckets. You're going to find that video there, and I'll also drop it in as a link in the comment section below. So you could go also look at that video and compare Google's similar technology, object store, that's Cloud Store, to AWS's S3, right? The steps are similar, though there are some differences, but those are still they are both services are called object stores, and they are both cheap services. It's going to take like 5-10 minutes. So yeah, just hang around. That's pretty much the final step in this lab, in this demonstration. So in practice, right, when our CloudFront is going to give us a domain name. Okay, I think this is actually the domain name that we're going to use when it's deployed. We're going to test it with this domain name. So it's still deploying, it's not ready. Right. So in practice, if you want to have, like, let's say you want to register a domain name like mycomputershop.com or ugogeneric.com or yourname.com, you go to a domain registrar, register the domain name. Once it's set up, then you point, there's something we call A records. You point the A records to this CloudFront distribution. And so, and then you can publish your website or advertise it as your custom domain name for anybody who wants to see it. So that's basically how the technology is. You don't need to showcase this as publish this as your domain name. You just get a custom domain name, then point it to this, and then AWS takes care of the rest. So there are DNS technologies, domain name service technologies, whereby they visit your custom domain name, it just redirects to this web service. And one of the things about CloudFront is for global distribution, right? We've set up the bucket. The bucket is like in one server I think we hosted this in Ohio, right? But CloudFront can help you distribute it globally. So if someone is viewing your website from Africa, the first time they type your website, is going to fetch it from the server in Ohio, and then it's going to save a copy close to the user, maybe in Africa. So the next time someone browses from Africa, it picks the server from close by, and so it makes latency reduced. So our service is deployed completely. You can see that has changed to last modified. So let's copy this, right, and go to another web service browser and then enter that, right? So you see it's done. Very simple, very easy. In less than 20 minutes, we've set up a static website on Amazon S3 and we've served it, right? So there are several ways we can reach our domain name, our website. This is one way. It's another way. Okay, I think there's another way when we just take this, copy this, go somewhere there. I think we just need to take away this region, US East 2. Yeah. And then, okay, if I press enter now, it's going to, yeah, expect an error, right? But if I append index.html, yeah, so our website files are back on. So that's it for this demonstration. Quick and easy. I encourage you, set up your website. And normally, after a cloud demonstration like this, I'm supposed to shut down and delete all my files to save on cost. But S3 is cheap. So I'm going to leave this domain name. I'm going to leave this URL in the blog for this demonstration so that you can view it and test it and see that this is still available and it's a cheap service. I'm probably going to leave it on for a while so you can verify it. So thank you very much. That brings our little demonstration to an end. If you like this video, do like and share. And if you have questions, drop them and I will reply, right? So I encourage you, go have your own website. It's cheap and easy, right? It's a solid cloud experience. So finally, my name is Ugochukwu Ukwebu. I'm a cloud engineer and I wish you a happy cloud experience. Thank you very much.